from Oman Cricket Academy, Muscat, for the GCC Women's T20I tournament. Match number 6 to be played between Kuwait and Bahrain. Where like with me, the captain of Bahrain, Amerat Ravangika, and along with her Amna. Being the home team, she is going to spin the coin. Nishit Punja, the match referee. Tail is the call. Congratulations. Before going to the normal question, congratulations to you, being the happy birthday to her. This is her first birthday, 42, first in the month. Yes. Congratulations, God bless you.
Thank you.
Okay, what are you going to do first?
We are batting first.
Winning a toss, batting the first. Any special reason?
Yes, this is batting wicket. We have to go to a score in the board.
Okay. What number you feel you will be putting on the board for the Kuwait to chase?
120 plus.
120. Any changes in the team?
No, same team is playing today.
Okay. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Amna, you are going to bowl first. So if you would have won the toss, what was your plan?
Yeah, we would have also had a bat first, but that's okay. No worries. We'll just stick to our plans.
Okay. They are thinking about 120 and 30. So what total you feel you will contain them?
I think as low as possible. We just need to keep doing our basics right. Just bowl in the right areas, just have an attacking field, and just be very aggressive in our approach. I think just doing simple things correctly will help us to just restrict them to a lower total.
Any changes in the team?
I know we're going with the same playing 11.
All right. Good luck to you, Amna. So news from the center. Bahrain has won the toss and they've elected to bat again.
And electing to bat first, it's going to be Bahrain's outing first tonight at the center with the bat in hand, with the willow in hand. Captain Rasangika Hirat has probably made it a point to give her team a resounding victory against a side that is a resurgent Kuwait. They have posted a dominant win over Qatar last morning. On the other hand, Bahrain, in that last game of the night against Saudi Arabia, posted a dominating total. Beg your pardon, it was Saudi who had to face a dominating total and a complete well-rounded victory. So both Kuwait and Bahrain coming fresh off good victories, confidence-boosting victories. All eyes on Mariam Omar, who looked to make a difference straight away. Slower deliveries, this is change-ups, variations on offer, and hoping that that playing surface also adds to the trickery that Mariam Omar has on offer. This is a very talented side. It's a wonderful blend of experience and the exuberance of youth. Amna Sharif leading the side, and of course there's Mariam Omar, Maria Jazvi, Mariama Haider. These are all those experienced lots, and then Shering Yangchen gets another game for herself. That import from Bhutan. Candice Dias has been serving Kuwait for quite a while, not playing the game today, the 12th player. Joining me in the comm box is going to be Pranav Mehta, and he'll probably take you through that Bahraini lineup as well. Mariam Omar with that first delivery plays it towards the offside now. Thangaraj Gajanaike and Rasika Rodrigo, these two are some big names. Thangaraj Gajanaike knows only one way to play, and that's to see ball, hit ball. She packs a punch and is a wonderful addition to the side.
Good evening, and certainly this is a game to watch out for because Kuwait has been very impressive in their tour to Oman, and in that very first game the kind of fielding that they offered, yes, batting, bowling, spot on, but the kind of fielding that they offered was splendid.
Holding on to catches, making sure that the ball is returned to the keeper or the bowling end accurately in a safe manner. The very little errors that they make out there in the field. Today a different challenge where they are looking to restrict an otherwise extremely dangerous looking batting lineup of Bahrain.
And then, yes, they have that experience of Amna Sharif, Priyada Murli, Mariam Umar, 3 age-old players who've been around for a very long time. Especially if you talk about that innings from Zifa Jalani, that was special, wasn't it?
Oh, absolutely. Was completely awestruck by the way she packs a punch. She has a wonderful ability to strike the ball, keep the momentum up, and all of that will be put to test today in the second innings. At the moment, all eyes on these two operators out there in the middle. It's turned out to be a very good over from Mariam Omar in that power play. Only 1 run of the first over. Bahrain are 1 for 0. Shering Yangchen, and she looked to trouble the batters many times earlier on. Takes a swing at it outside the off stump. Tharanga Gajanaike will be waiting for a loosener so that she can get started with things. That offside is not well protected enough for Tharanga Gajanaike. Once she finds that gap, that ball will remain hit. She certainly knows how to power it through those gaps. Oh, that's a good shout. No, says the umpire. This one should be referred. They'll first have a discussion here. Amna Sharif immediately asking her bowler and the wicketkeeper, this is probably the right decision. She's going for that referral. The umpire not putting that decision in favor of Kuwait. Is this an early inroads into that Bahraini lineup? Yangchen has done well.
Not really sure what has happened there. I think there is no referral available, and hence the decision will stay in favor of the batter. That's my first understanding of the situation. But it is always going to be very interesting to see the replay of that action. Wonder if we can get a replay of that one. Sheringyang continues. She bowls from a very different kind of an angle, not giving any kind of room, width, any kind of pace to the left-hander.
Yeah, and then she bowls hard lengths as well, looking to produce a little bit of extra bounce off the deck. Always going to be troubling the batters. Loopy delivery, and the umpire had to evade that one. This was completely thrashed down the ground. What a wonderful effort by that fielder. Wonderful effort by the fielder. Oh my word, what has Kuwait done here? These are early jitters in Kuwait. A team that looked so meticulous and had absolute precision in the way they operated. Tonight is a different night. Things not going their way. What a brilliant effort by that fielder out there in the deep. The throw was right, but then the keeper messes it up. It's Suchitra Lita who is certainly messed things up for Kuwait.
Sliding down the leg will require to reload this one. Certainly should have got the back of Gajnaike on that occasion.
Have a look at that. Powerfully struck, and look at the dive pulled in by the fielder. This was absolutely gold standard from Mariam Omar. And then the bowler does the rest, throws it to the keeper who fumbles and then still had enough time in the world to effect that run out. Fails to do so. Tharanga Gajanaike will survive. I think she's just gotten up from the right side.
Not just Taranga Gajnaike, but I think Rodrigo as well. What Yang Chen should have just done is whip the bails off on her side to start off with, and that just could have produced the wicket.
Produces the outside edge. These are going to be runs for Bahrain. How costly is that fumble going to be for Kuwait? Tharanga Gajanaike is not a player you want out there in the middle for too long. End of the second over, Bahrain are 6 for 0. What a thrilling performer Mariam Omar is. She completed that first over with just one run given away. Has been entrusted with another over in that power play phase. Full delivery. Nearly played it back to the bowler. She is certainly making things her favour. Mariam Omar. Is it going to be her night tonight? Is she going to turn up for Kuwait? Full delivery. This is in the air. Two fielders interested. Will take it. Mariam Omar is doing everything right tonight, including ground fielding. And now Priyada Murli ensures that she gets her first wicket, because Kuwait are certainly in the hunt in the power play. Bahrain has lost their first.
You'd have often heard of the term hunt in pairs. There's a hunt in groups. They unite and together they stranglehold. Never too easy when you're backpedaling. Priyada Murli, one of the senior players of the women's rank of Kuwaiti team, does well to hold on to that one. It was the wicket of Rodrigo. Rasika Rodrigo doesn't last there for too long. Bahrain lose their first, 6 for 1.
Mariam Omar has picked up a wicket and she hasn't given much away. She's going to be facing Rasangika Herat, birthday girl. Plenty of experience under that helmet. She's the skipper of the Bahraini side. She's played good quality cricket back home in Sri Lanka. Gets a little bit of something towards fine leg. It's up in the circle, so no runs here. She'll be watchful. And then the way Rasangika Herat operates is that she stays there at the center for far too long, and then finally, once she has her eye in, goes for those big shots. Just like that. Took stock and measure of the deliveries that Mariam Omar has on offer. This one was a risky single. Taranga Gajanaike waited far too long at the striker's end to go for that second run, finally responding to her partner. Couple of runs added to the total. Rasangika has got 2 now, off the mark. He'll have to tread carefully. Wicket of Rasangika Herat is far too important for Bahrain. Down the ground, looking for the risky single. They're going to attack the stumps. Yang Chen not able to get a bullseye. Taranga Gajanaike, and she has been saved a couple of times already in this innings. Wonderful delivery right up in the block hole. A dot ball to end the over. It's 3 gone. Bahrain are 10 for 1. Yang Chen continues, keeps it outside the off stump, asking Rasangika Herat to play a flashy cut shot, hoping that this could produce some sort of an edge into the keeper's hands. Tossed it up. This one's dealt with severely. Fielder at deep point. That's the right approach here. Rasangika Herat should be looking to play her shots ever so often. But most of the risk taking needs to be left to Taranga Gajanaike. Plays it in the gap. A diving Maria Jasvi will not be able to stop it. However, a fielder stationed at the boundary ropes. Only a single. Good cricket. And quality cricket on offer tonight between Kuwait and Bahrain. Edged, and there's no fielder. I think she's going to get a boundary to herself. Yes, of course, that ball is going to win the race. Rasangika Herat continues to pile on the runs under her wonderful leadership for Team Bahrain.
Very experienced, using her experience to her advantage at the moment. Do not forget, she is fresh from 100. A day that she will remember. It's her birthday today. She's got 100 yesterday. She's got a hat trick. Wouldn't mind celebrating with a big knock today as well.
Looks to take a quick single and rightly judged. She'll keep strike in the next 4 overs gone, 17 for 1 Bahrain. Amna Sharif introduces herself into the attack. It's in the power play. And of course, when matters are big, you got to rely on all that experience. She's up against another highly experienced candidate, and that's Rasangika Herat. So recognizing the criticality of the issue, wants to take matters in her own hands. It's in the power play, so she knows that Rasangika Herat has the ability to cut loose. Just like that, this one's an upper shot. It's been powered through the cover region. Luckily, there is a fielder placed. Strong throw towards the bowler's end. Only going to be a single. Taranga Gajanaike needs to contribute. She's consumed 14 deliveries for 6 runs. Can she get to the other end frequently? No, she decides to play a flashy, lofted glance. Picked up off the hips. Only for a single though.
It's an even-Steven battle at the moment. Kuwait haven't allowed Bahrain to take control of the game. They've kept things tight. Run rate just over 4. It'll all come down to Taranga Gajanaike, who's taking her time. Rasangika Herat, 10 of 10. It's a birthday and she would want to give a very special gift to herself. Ricocheted onto her chin, but I think she's okay. Strong lad. Amna Sharif, the captain of Kuwait. Oh, looks to be in a little bit of a bother. Certainly will get some medical attention very quickly. Right on her neck, I believe.
Yeah, just had an odd bump while getting that throw from the fellow fielder. Just take a short break before, and during that time she can receive a little bit of medical attention.
Order restored. Rasangi Amerat drives this one watchfully. She'll want to take the game a little deeper. Does realize that Kuwait has a very good bowling lineup and an excellent fielding side to add on to that one.
Picks it up, and I think that's clear. The infield, it's just going to be quite a few bounces before it reaches the boundary rope. Ends the over with a boundary. She played the entire over so watchfully and then finally took her chance by going for that lofted shot.
And that's the advantage that you have when you're playing watchful cricket. You can choose your balls that you want to go after. 5 overs done, 23 for the loss of 1 Bahrain. Time for some pace as Maria Jaswi comes into the attack. She'll do that from the Oman end. Taranka Gajnaike has been very patient. That's very unlikely her. She likes to go after the bowling. 7 of 15 for her. Maria Jaswi. Keep her up to the stumps. Oh, this one's gone straight through the keeper. It will get to the boundary. 4 runs in terms of buys. Straight through the legs of the wicketkeeper. Under lights, the ball will be skiddy. Maria Jaswi getting her field right. Just one player in the deep. And that's fine leg. Inside edge, and they will move around for a single. Full toss, straight to fine leg, so no damage done. Maria Jaswi. What an incredible delivery. Big appeal, big appeal. For a moment, I thought they'll be going upstairs, considering the kind of confidence that they had behind the appeal. But they have chosen to just turn around and go back to their mark. So more of an animated appeal. Suchita Lita has decided to move a few paces behind. Heaved on the leg side. Nobody in the deep. That means it's going to be a boundary. Rasangika Herat doesn't like to play watchful cricket for a very long time. She likes to take on the opponent, and that's exactly what she's doing here. Dealing in boundaries at the moment. This is not a great gameplay from Kuwait. You need to have good protection on the leg side. Just one player in the deep. That means that you're wasting one player that can add a little bit of an extra protection. Charging in Maria Jaswi. In the arc, inside edge. Once again, it's found the gap and it's going towards the boundary. The fielder will do well to keep it down to just a couple of runs. Expensive over from Maria Jaswi. The scoreboard might say 7 runs conceded, but she's conceded 11 runs if you're talking about those 4 byes as well. So 6 overs done. End of the power play. 34 for the loss of 1 Bahrain. It all started with a wicket which was caught well by Priyada Murli. But ever since, Rasangika Herat, the captain of Bahrain, has taken complete control of the game. She's chosen the deliveries on which she wants to go for the boundaries, and she's executed them to perfection. On the other hand, it is Taranga Gajnaike who is spending some valuable time in the middle. Amna Sharif. Pulled well. Early signs of dew here at the Oman Cricket Academy. She doesn't look very comfortable. Amna Sharif, the captain of Kuwait. There was a deflection. Telling the umpire that I'm a fighter and I want to conclude this game before I get some treatment outside. Not very comfortable at the situation, at the moment rather. In the air. Could be a run out. Needed a directed. I think Rasangika Herat, who is a very quick runner between the wickets, has had sufficient amount of time to make it in. Excellent running between the wickets from Rasangika Herat. It was played straight to backward point and Rasangika Herat was rushing to make her ground. Cut once again and cut really well. Player in the deep is only going to be a spectator. Rasangika Herat is dealing in boundaries at the moment and she's been very impressive. Yes, it's a birthday, but the party has just begun for Rasangika Herat. Slightly shorter in length and she was quick to bounce at it. Bahrain is certainly cruise controlling on the back of Rasangika Herat. This one's once again going to be going to the boundary. So back-to-back boundaries for Rasangika Herat. She's making things happen for Bahrain on a night when Kuwait, one of the better teams in the tournament, has come in full-fledged. And Rasangika Herat is making a mockery of the Kuwaiti attack. Nine runs of this over. Full and drilled straight to long on for a single. 7 overs done, 44 for the loss of 1, Bahrain. And they're in cruise control mode at the moment.
It's been a thorough professional approach by Bahrain so far. They won the toss, they've elected to bat, and they lost an early wicket, but then after that, Rasangika Herat, and she's been playing with quite some responsibility. She's playing the role of a thorough senior who knows how to shoulder responsibilities for her side. A double hop by Yang Chen, and it's just going to be a dot ball. She's looked to keep it very neat and tidy, not gone for too many runs. Speaking of shouldering responsibilities and seniors, we've got Jamil Zaidi joining me in the comm box now as the first change.
Brilliant start from Bahrain, and I'm really not impressed the way the Kuwaiti bowlers have bowling, not according to the field. And all credit to both the Bahraini batters, Rasangika Herat and Gajanaike, playing beautifully, taking the team to a good, decent total.
Yeah, somewhere down the line you do feel that Kuwait lacks that sting in the bowling. They're not express fast.
They're not giving any chances this time. Once again, beautifully played, cut nicely. The field placement from the Kuwaiti captain is really ununderstandable to me. I mean, she knows that Herat is playing cut shots, but it's not blocking those. Look at that when nobody's there.
Yeah, well, they're banking on the accuracy of the bowler, and they do have that extra bit of fielder patrolling the boundary ropes on the offside. It's just that she has cut that particular shot so ferociously, it gave absolutely no chance for the fielder to come around and stop it from going towards the boundary. You can also notice that Rasangika Herat has a wonderful game on the onside. She looks to unlock that areas in the fine leg region, in the square leg region, and very gutsy from Kuwait not to provide a fielder there. And that's because they are banking on, they're counting on the bowler to stick to that outside of stump line and length.
But I mean, for any bowler, whoever it is, there should be a third man, there should be a cover point. Then nobody is there giving all the, what you call, clear ground for Herat to go for her favorite shots.
Looks to run that first one very hard. It's not gone too far away from the bat, but she certainly knew how softly she's played it. And Tharanga Gajanaike is also responding well to the innings that the captain is playing.
Well, I think all credit goes to the captain Asangika, who is taking the cue from her yesterday's blistering 100 not out and then a hat-trick. And of course today is her birthday as well. So trying to make it a wonderful one, memorable one for her and for her team.
Oh, brilliantly dealt with. It was a half tracker, way too short. Yang Chen was dealt with severely, rocking onto the back foot and scoring some good runs.
Once again, bad delivery, short all the time in the world to play to the cow's corner. 4 more runs to the total of Bahrain. Absolutely stunning batting from the Bahraini batters today.
End of the over. Over number 8's gone. Bahrain are on 54 for 1. Mariam Omar, and she's bowled a couple of overs before this, given only 5 and has picked up a wicket. Oh, catch it was the call, but I think this was a bump ball after it got hit by the bat. So just a dot ball as of now. Mariam Omar has been so spectacular since the start.
Good move from the captain to bring her. Try to get the breakthrough with these two. Gajanaike.
Sturdy athlete, Mariam Omar. You see that with the way she's going through her overs.
Quick. Yes, absolutely. That's the line which you have to bowl. And how nicely it has been played off was Rangat Rasan Gika and Gajanaike really doing great job for Bahrain. Very good run rate they are achieving. Shot plays it out nicely in the middle of the bat towards the mid-off. Wicket is playing superbly. I mean, gradually it's coming onto the bat like anything.
Yeah, and you'll be surprised to note that there isn't much dew on offer as well. You can see that Mariam Omar had been carrying a towel all this while, but then you see she isn't using that towel. She's just handed the towel to the umpire. Oh, short delivery. This one was a flipper. Looking to rotate strike. Rasangika was sent back by the batter on strike, Gajanaike. And this is turning out to be an excellent over against a run of play. And such overs will probably dent that progress that Bahrain has been doing.
Well, once again, absolutely brilliant opening stand, rather. First wicket down, 56. So very good total. This time down the leg side. There's some sloppy wicket keeping as well. I have seen there's a boundary to the wide, to the gaze of the wicket keeper. Umpire Rahat from Saudi Arab.
Very cheeky. Mariam Omar has an eye as to where that non-striker is positioned. And now Rasangika Herat comes from far away of the popping crease. Two experienced minds battling it out in the centre. In the process, she's just given away 3 runs in this over against the run of play. 9 overs gone, Bahrain are 57 for 1.
Possibly very correctly mentioned by my compartner Amin that this is the first match Kuwait is playing in the night, so things will definitely not coming up to their mark, and of course with that field placement is also not very good. You can see no one is there backing the boundary line onto the offside.
Well, they are asking Rasangika Herat to take the riskier option, and that's to play that lofted drive towards the cover region. Mariama Haider, the new bowler in, plays a loopy sort of a delivery action that she has. Not going to be long before Rasangika Herat just activates that beast mode that is instilled within her. Look at that. Cut ferociously. She's finding the fielder time and again. So what this does is give Rasangika Herat no other option but to play that lofted shot, take the riskier option, and a miss hit can just end up into the hands of the fielder.
Well, that's a good ploy from the Kuwaiti skipper. Waited for the ball to come, cut, but this could not be in a single, to be honest with you. And she got a single out of it through the hands of the fielder at the cover point.
Yes, of course, but you got to give it to those fielders. Even Maria Jasvi, as a matter of fact, she's one of the top fielders in the side for Kuwait, and that was hit so hard, it ricocheted off her thighs. It's not going to be very easy stopping this. There you go. Playing and toying with the attacking prowess of Tharanga and Rasangika Herat out there in the middle.
Yeah, Heather has got a very typical left arm orthodox spinner. Looping the ball in the air, but straight to the fielder there. A very good over so far from Heather. A time for Bahrain to stop the run flow from the Bahraini batters.
It's not going to be long before she finds that boundary. Just like that. Oh, there's a fielder interested into the hands. The ploy has worked. They had the fielders in the right position, and this is what Kuwait is here for, and that is why Kuwait is such a highly rated side. They've got the big fish, they've got the big wicket, Rasangika Herat. They had the fielders out at the boundary ropes towards the onside, at the cow corner, at the deep mid-wicket region. On the offside, they had that fielders inside the circle. At the stroke of 10 overs, we've got the second wicket.
Well, that was nicely put for Herat. He just actually exhausted playing all the shots through the cover side, but finally she wanted to have some run. Very good captainship from the Kuwaiti skipper, and finally got the wicket what they were looking for. Absolutely brilliant. 2 wicket down, 60 for 2, 10 overs gone, and it's a water break. Well, what a wicket for Kuwait. They must be eyeing it, and finally it was Heather who did that one. Prize wicket of the skipper of Bahrain, Rasangika, finally out for a well-played and well-compiled runs. Ten overs gone, 60 the score. And one stage things looks to be a bit difficult, but the arrival of the captain Rasanjika, and of course, ably supported by Gajanaike. They took the score to a very, very comfortable position, but finally the partnership was broken by Haider. It is Morali who is going to bowl the 11th over. Outside the off stump, very short. Still, Gajanaike is there playing on 17 of 30 deliveries. She was playing as a second fiddle to the captain, Rasanjika.
Right then, Purvaja Jagdisha, the new batter in, and she'll be facing her first delivery. Taranga Gajanaike, on the other hand, will have to adopt the role of a senior partner now because Purvaja Jagdisha has just walked in. What would be the setup for now this right-hand, left-hand combination is what's going to be really interesting and something to watch out for. Captaincy on point so far. Oh, brilliant delivery.
Nice ball outside the off stump, tempting the batter to come down a bit. Giving a chance for the wicket keeper to take the birds off. Jagadisha. Once again, beautifully.
She's bowling those right areas here, Priyada Murli, and that's going to be very effective. Identifying that the new batter will take some time to get her eye in. Priyada Murli otherwise is quite crafty. Look at that delivery and wonderful trajectory. You see that on the side-on view. It's a delight to watch. And most of the time she rolls her fingers over, so that's that flipper sort of a delivery that comes on very difficult to deal with. On this occasion, Purvaja Jagdisha has managed to get off the mark.
So far, very good bowling from Murali, making this difficult for the batters with a loopy. Once again, in the air, coming down the wicket. The fielder is there. From here on, I think Kuwait must stop the flow of singles because the initiative has been taken by the Bahraini captain from them.
Yes, of course, they should probably realize that now the scorer of bulk of the runs that Bahrain does in an innings has been dispatched back into the dugout. They need to now just tighten that stranglehold, Wonderful over by Priyada Murli, and that's what you expect from the experienced lot of a side. Bahrain are 63 for 2 after 11.
Gajanaike, another stalwart for Bahrain. Along with their captain, there's got a very, very good partnership between them.
She does seem to be out of touch a bit. From the moment I've seen her play her first game in this tournament, she didn't feature in any of the games for the triangular preparatory tournament, but in this tournament, she's been a little lackluster, not able to time and middle the ball much to her liking and much to her standards that is expected, because we do know of the big scores that which she has been renowned for. and the quick scoring that is expected of her.
But you cannot deny the role she has played with her captain, Rasanjika, to take the score from, I think it's an early wicket was there after that, about 40-50 runs partnership between them.
Yeah, bulk of the scoring from the batter Rasangika, and then now Gajanaike has scored 19. But look at the difference in that strike rate. Rasangika was going almost run a ball and a little bit better than run a ball if I'm not mistaken. Gajanaike on the other end is striking less than half of what she's facing. Short delivery and makes sure that she puts a solid wall in front. Technically sound fielding effort by Yang Chen at fine leg.
This all happened when a senior partner is playing the role, hitting the ball well, getting the boundaries, you being the second fiddle. Just give her a chance to go for the singles and give strike to her outside the off stump. This time played it out towards mid off. One and good comeback from Kuwait.
Yes, of course, at one point in time it did seem that Rasangika was probably going to power through the innings. And immediately now you see the left-hander Gajanaike and Mariam Haider, that combination, that matchup, asking Gajanaike to take the riskier route. Once again, it's that similar ploy. She tries that lofty shot, aerial shot towards the deep mid-wicket region. Not as powerful as Rasangika.
It's quite natural when the runs are not coming in this type of cricket, T20. So you have to look for the runs. And here the captains have a role to play on, playing with the batter's mind. That was exactly the Kuwaiti captain Amna is doing.
12 overs done, 66 for 2 Bahrain.
Very, very good over from last 2 overs from the Kuwaiti bowlers. And it is Murli who bowled brilliant in the last over, given away only 3 runs. Imagine. Once again, beautifully bowled, and there is a wicket. Looks like, no. I thought she took the bails off, or the ball got the edge of the bat, the way the reflection came from the wicketkeeper.
Oh, excited much here. It's not going to be that easy. Bahrain are a fighting side. Taranga Gajanaike still hanging in there. Looks to charge down the wicket. Plays it towards the offside. Another important factor here for Kuwait is that they've got the right fielders at the right location. You can see Mariam Omar at, shuttling between mid-on and long-on to the right-hander and the left-hander. And then at the same time, you have the fielder who took that catch of Rasangika Hirat. She's also posted at the boundary ropes. So a very, very important situation here for Kuwait, where they are looking to dry up the runs, but at the same time, they need to be bowling attacking deliveries, asking the right kind of questions to the batters. They should not merely just bank on the batters making mistakes.
Well, the Kuwait has to put more pressure on the Bahraini batters to go for the runs, because the over number 13 is in progress. From 6.5 to the came down to 5.44 run rate. So it could come back from Kuwait.
Yeah, once again, they are switching sides here. Now, suddenly, Kuwait seems like a very busy fielding setup. Players constantly shuttling between one side to another. Lofted delivery. Umpire lifts his finger. It's going to be a well-deserved wicket for Priyada Murli, because that trajectory did the trick. The trajectory has gotten the better of Purvaja Jagdisha, who has now asked for a DRS.
Well, this is what we're talking about. It was a slow delivery coming into the batter, and umpire took little time to raise his finger. And now see, it's once again duty of the third umpire. All the teams keeping busy the third umpire all the day today.
First things first, you got to check whether it's a fair and legal delivery. Nothing wrong with that. Now we'll have a better view, an ultra slow motion sort of a view. This one's pitching and then straightening. I think there could be an issue with the height. Maybe that ball would not be going on to hit the stumps. We'll only have to wait and watch of what that path, the line of delivery means.
No, I think more clearance will come on the impact line will be shown. To me, it looks to be within the impact line. But again, the question is that if the ball was going straighter, then it will be very, very close.
I think what did not go in favor of Priyada Murli is that it was a short pitch delivery, far too short, and then she has the tendency of getting some turn and bounce. Now after pitching around that mid and leg sort of a location, I think that ball has taken off and also turned away from the right hander. This will probably help Purvaja to survive. The
From
impact
here
is certainly in front of off stump.
Let us see, the ball seems to be going into the wickets because it's turning towards the midland leg. Well, anyhow, let's wait for the umpire's decision to come. Hold the breath, the batter. Beauty of this game is always there. A team, if good day, going everything in their way, the day doesn't belong to them, everything goes against them.
There you go. I think a little bit of glove onto it, and hence that quick judgment by Purvaja saying that yes, she wants to go for the review. Probably must have felt it before it hit the pads. They'll still want to confirm it by just rolling back and forth. So finally that Nixon's probably will make the decision a little easier for the umpires. Yes, of course, he's got the confirmation. It's not going to be out. The review has been retained by Bahrain. A very, very good example of how a good DRS should be taken by the batter.
Well, it is of course the batters who has that what you call ability and assurance that yes, it has not been hit to me within the wickets, and that's why, you know, they have taken the DRS. And I think this is one of the best things we have seen in this particular tournament, Girls Women T20 IMA, that they have been brought this DRS system. Nixon is really doing senses for the team.
Nick Sense is sensible. Is that what you're trying to say? 12.5 overs done. We've got one more delivery remaining. Priyada Murli. She'll have to bowl that one again.
They came back quickly, Kuwait. Now they have to stronghold the Bahraini batters. That was a full toss. Played it out towards the fielder straight away. And one run has been scored. So the end of over number 13. Bahrain 71 for 2. Once again, Heather has been brought in, got a wicket. Much depend upon Gajan Naike. She is the most senior at the moment on the wicket, whereas Jagadisha has just come in. 11 deliveries, she has scored 4 runs.
Well, at the moment, they're just ticking along at 5.4 runs an over, and that's not going to be anywhere enough for Bahrain to post a decent total. And they should be just north of 100 runs if they manage to go at the same pace. Looks to play out towards the mid-wicket, deep mid-wicket region, cow corner region. Dealing only in singles and doubles. It's been a while since we've seen a boundary, especially since Rasangika Herat has been dismissed.
The Kuwaiti fielders really showing their fitness, running here and there, quickly changing their field from one end to another end, keeping their warm. It's a very crucial game for them.
Played it out towards cow corner once again. Another delivery remaining in this over. Mariama Haider is giving nothing away. She's just bowling according to a plan set out by the captain and by the seniors of the team, including herself. Responding. Oh, brilliant change up. Gets a dot ball to end her over number 3. She's just given 10 runs and picked up a wicket. 14 gone, 75 for the loss of 2 wickets, Bahrain.
Murali will continue to bowl this brilliant spell. Coming down and brilliantly taken by the wicketkeeper. And it went to the leg umpire. We'll have to see whether they're going to take the DRS. Getting together, but it was a good work done from the wicketkeeper from here on, looks on. Right time for now. You have joined in. There's the dismissal.
Oh, it's a goner. It's a certain goner. This is brilliant piece of wicket keeping. Trying to manufacture something out of nothing. The batter standing out of her ground. And on moments like that, Gajnaike will be mighty disappointed because she had to be there in the middle. And that's not going to be the case. Third wicket down for Bahrain at 75 as Priyada Murli picks up a wicket.
Brilliant over from Murali. Got the most prized wicket of Gajanaike. Back to the dugout. Suita Kota is there. Korda is there. And suddenly after the departure of the captain, Rasan Gika, things are not in the favor of Bahrain. Absolute turnaround from Kuwaiti bowlers. Brilliant fielding, brilliant catching. Flighted delivery.
Priyada Murli, 2.2, 8 runs and 1 wicket. And it's that wicket of Gajnaike who's looking to take on. She's done well as a leg spinner, Priyada Murli. Bowled in her limitations and executed her plans to perfection.
Yes, absolutely. Great comeback from Kuwaiti bowlers and fielders. At one stage, things looks to be not in their favor. The field placement was not very good earlier in the game. Once again, brilliantly bowled. Her leggies. And now Jagadisha and Suita Korda has to do something for Bahrain to get some runs on.
They have almost strangled the hold onto Bahrain. The runs have dried out. Wickets have started to tumble. That wicket of Gajnaike was almost as if she was just out of sorts. Let's put it that way. Didn't know what else to do. Decided to just go bonkers. And as a result, lost a wicket. And all of this has happened since Rasangika Herat, the birthday girl, has walked back to the dugout.
Yes, definitely. After her departure, things goes totally against Bahrain. And it was a good comeback from Kuwait bowlers. Once again, tossed up into the air. What an effort. What an effort by Murali. I think she hurt herself in the arm. So there's some assistance is required from the physio. I think she fall on the ball, I believe. That makes, of course, pain to in her arms.
She's still down on the ground. Looks like in a lot of trouble. Priyada Murli, generally a strong lad, a fierce competitor. But at the moment, I think she's probably going to opt to walk out and get some treatment.
Currently, she is really doing wonders for her team, Kuwait. Possibly the last legal delivery of her over is still remaining.
She's back on her feet. She's a fierce competitor. But still, I think in the interest of her team, I think it'll be best if she can go out and get some treatment. She's an opener, and that's where Kuwait will need her services.
Definitely, yes. And she's bowling superbly. I think she's going out. No. Brave girl. Saul settles in now. I think she has gone out to take some treatment in the dugout.
Zifa Jalani is going to be concluding that over of Priyada Murli. One delivery remaining in it. And that is what Zifa Jalani is going to be bowling. And that will be a dot ball. So 15 overs done. 77 for the loss of 3 Bahrain.
Woman Heather to continue her 4th over. So far, brilliantly bowled. Just given away 10 runs and got a wicket into her bowling. Jagadisha is stuck on 6 of 16 deliveries.
It's just that pressure of not having Rasangi Kaharat on the other end. Either back into the attack, and she was the reason why Rasangi Kaharat is not in the middle. Well, that loopy, slower delivery, and Rasangi Kaharat opted to go after it, and the rest is history.
Loopy deliveries. She is giving too much air, asking the batter to wait for the ball to come to them. We haven't seen batters coming down the wicket on the spinners to play on. Once again outside the off stump. This has to be curbed from Kuwaiti bowlers because they have done so much hard work in the last 7 overs. And suddenly those things are really not in their way, giving extras. Once again, loopy delivery outside the off stump, tempting the batsman to come down. What exactly happened when Gajanaike was stumped brilliantly. Once again, similar delivery.
Maria Mahedar just doing the right kind of job that is required, slowing the pace down, and once again that loopy flighted delivery, not allowing the batters to generate the kind of power that they would have wanted to. Maria Mahedar is doing a fantastic job in the middle at the moment. Just 3 runs from this over so far. 2 balls remaining, yes, but 2 of those 3 runs have come from extras. Such is the quality of Maria Mahedar. Will get a single on this occasion as well. What a moment of brilliance this is. Final delivery of her spell. Flight in, and it's going to be a dot ball. Amna Sharif will clear it up. What that means is that Maria Mahedar 4 overs, 1 for 14. That 1 wicket of Rasangika Harat. It was caught in the deep by Khalil. But what an incredible performance from Maria Mahedar. Just 14 runs and that prize wicket of Rasangika Harat. 81 for the loss of 3, Bahrain.
Sifa Jilani, who completed the over of Murali, brought back. She got 2 wickets in the last match, I remember, and she was a player of the match as well. Down the leg side.
Honestly, Jameel bhai, we give the credit to Maria Mahedar, but then Khadija Khalil at deep mid wicket. What a catch was that! Absolute game changer. Outside edge. This ball is quickly travelling towards the boundary. Might not get there. Kuwait is known for its quality of fielding, and that's just a testament to that.
Finally, 2 runs comes after a long break through the edges.
Khadija Khalil and her catch, Jameel bhai. How do you perceive that?
It was a stunning catch, absolutely stunning. Under the lights, looking at the lights and then grabbing the ball with confidence. Excellent one.
And it was a big wicket. It was the difference between winning and losing. The entire Bahrain team on one side and Rasangika Herat on the other. That's how heavy that wicket was. It was a prized wicket. Wins this one. Zifa Jalani, we know she's a champion player. We've seen what she can do with the bat in hand in the previous game. This is going to be an interesting counter. Do you think it's a game in balance, or do you think Kuwait is just far way too ahead in this game?
Well, I think it will going to be a nail biter, because if they get 100 runs on board Bahrain, then of course it will definitely be a good stiff target for Bahrain, and Kuwait has to chase that one.
The only difference between both these sides is the fielding, the way Kuwait bounces onto everything, the way they put their bodies, the way they throw their bodies. They've been like, oh, catching opportunity. Just when we were appreciating the quality of Kuwait, a brain-fed movement, Sabreen Zaki, the fielder on this occasion.
It was hit very hard. That's why I think it was not got hold of it in her hands. Once again, similar fielder, similar delivery. End of over number 17. This is the last one. Could have been taken, but only popped out of her hand. So over number 17 gone. It is 85 for 3 Bahrain. Amna Sharif brought herself into the attack. The captain, he has given away 16 runs in the last 2 overs. And of course, it was that time, it was the captain of Bahrain, Rasan Gika, who really took apart the Kuwaiti bowling.
Right in the block hole to start off with, Amna Sharif, the captain. Like the way she leads the Kuwaiti side, brings an extra bit of energy into the Kuwaiti side. Don't you think so?
Yeah, definitely. A captain has to lead the team from the front. This time outside the office stump, she tried to cut.
She's a character. The way she presents herself, the way she talks at the toss, very clear in her communications.
Very positive, I mean.
Big shot straight down the ground. Fielder makes a mess of it. Sabrina. Or is it Shering Yang Chen? I think it is Shering Yang Chen who has made a mess of it. In the process, Bahrain will say thank you very much and accumulate 4 runs to their tally.
What time to get this boundary. It was totally blocked by some excellent bowling from the Kuwaiti bowlers. And it was Yang Chen has make a mockery of it. Look at that one. I think she loses the sight of the ball. Crucial 4 runs per now at this stage of the game.
Very vital. Over the bowler's head on this occasion. This time Shering Yang Chen makes sure that she keeps it down to a single only. Misses a straight one. It's gone through the wicket keeper. Suchita Lita, generally a very good wicket keeper. Not so today. She's been struggling behind the stumps. She hasn't had a great day.
So far, very good over for Bahrain with that boundary. Misfield really gives them chance to reach the 100 target. In there, top between the 2 fielders. And they got a single. That's the end of over number 18. It is 92 for 3 Bahrain. A little expensive over from the captain. 7 runs had been given in this over, whereas the other bowlers are not giving more than 3-4 runs in the last stages of the game. It is the penultimate over. It will be bowled by Mariam Omar. She bowled beautifully in the early part of the game. She has given only 8 runs in her 3 overs and got a wicket also. Swept nicely, and it's going to be two runs.
Mariam Omar just looking to get things right at the moment. Just rectifying her field at the moment. Purvaja Jagdisha in the air. Fielder not getting underneath it. Mariam Umar is mighty disappointed. That should have been taken 10 times out of 10.
Well, I think suddenly, once again, the fielding of Kuwait is not up to the mark in the last 2 overs. This could have been easily taken had the fielder taken the start and got the ball in her hands. The basics counts here.
I am 200% sure that after this game, the Kuwaiti coach and management will certainly have a word with the team. They were doing exceptionally well, and then under lights today, they made a complete mess of things. They haven't been spot on, they haven't been very clinical, they haven't been very accurate. A lot of things that they would want to have a look at.
The first 10 overs was absolutely not at all good for Kuwait today. It was only Bahraini batters who took away everything from them. Some misses, run out missing. There was a catch also was dropped.
Heaved straight down the ground. It's going to be a single. Mariam Omar. 5 runs from this over. She's just conceded 13 in her spell so far. She's picked up a wicket as well. It's a final delivery of her spell. One of those exceptional athletes, one of those exceptional sports person. Very good performer. And a little bit of a humor to add on to that. Just telling very politely to Purvaja Jagdisha, please stay in your crease.
The Mankada run out.
Oh, it's not called Mankat run out anymore. In the air, fielder not able to hold on to it. And as a result, they will scamper around for a couple of runs. So 7 runs from that over of Mariam Omar. She will wind her spell up with figures of 1 for 15 in those allocated 4 overs. 19 overs done, 1 shot of 100, Bahrain for the loss of 3. Amna Sharif will look to bowl the final over of the first innings. Right in the block hole and tong straight down the ground for a single. That'll be 100 for Bahrain.
Magical target of 100. Not a very winning total, not a very losing total. It's a decent total.
It's one of those totals in the women's cricket that you just don't want to be looking at because you can't go easy on the game. Hit in the gap, Mariam Omar, one of the quickest in the circuit, will make sure that she keeps it down to just a couple of runs.
Last 3 overs, got a boundary and 3 runs and 2. That took the score past 100 by Bahrain.
I beg your pardon, it is Khadija at long off, not Mariam. Got that wrong there. This one strong straight to cow corner. Makes a mess of it. Right towards the end, Kuwait are still not rectifying the way they fielded yesterday. This one goes through. I think the fielder was Sabreen Zaki on this occasion.
Look at that one. I think she slipped if the ball comes to her. Look at that one. Took it on the leg and passed the boundary line. Very, very crucial runs for Bahrain.
Anything in north of 100 can be very interesting under lights. The ball will skid on. And if Bahrain can manage to pick up a few wickets, it can be an interesting game. Driven to covers for a single.
I hope that the captain will try to at least have a dot ball, which will definitely help Kuwait. But of course, the Bahraini batters had to go for 2 deliveries.
8 runs off this over. 2 balls remaining. Tonked. Mid-wicket. Fielder will keep it down to a single. They're pushing for the second. Won't be able to make it on this occasion though. So 9 runs off this over of Amna Sharif. $108 for the loss of 3 Bahrain. Can they get to 110? In the way is Amna Sharif. Giving a little bit of room. Huge appeal. Certainly they're going to be using the DRS to their advantage. They have nothing to lose. It's a dot ball. Sweet Accordo was the player on strike who misses that one. So we'll still have a review on that one.
All good from the bowler side. Slashes outside the off stump. It is the Nick sense.
Do you think there's a nick? Do you think there's an edge? Jamil bhai, your first views before we get the technology.
I doubt. I think there's a bit gap between the bat and the ball. Unless fainted of the...
Edge is an edge. You have to give it to them. I feel there is a little bit of a deflection because you can see the ball angling in and all of a sudden it changes its direction towards the wicketkeeper, and that's where I feel that probably there is a little bit of an edge. I'm almost certain about one factor that Sweet Accordo is going to be given out, whether it is caught behind or whether it is stumping. Makes sense. What do you have to say? It's a flat line or not? It's a flat line. It's a daylight. There's a daylight between the bat and ball. Oh, she certainly missed that one. Going to question number 2. What happens now? Suchita Lita has had an average day by her standards. She's a brilliant keeper. But today she wasn't up to the task. It's given as not out. Was the stumping taken into effect? I'm not really sure. We'll get confirmations of that. 20 overs done. 108 for the loss of 3 Bahrain.
A decent total on the board.
Taranga Gajnaike 24 of 40. Rasika Rodrigo got out for a duck of those 2 deliveries. Purvaja Jagdisha 22 of 32. Sweeta Koda 13 of 17. But most importantly, Rasangi Gaharat, the birthday girl, 36 of 29. And once she departed, I think the Bahraini innings fell apart. 13 extras to add on to that as well. That's allowed them to go to 108 for the loss of 3.
Kuwaiti bowlers in the initial stage didn't bowl well, but except in the last stages of the game they bowled well. Mariam Umar got 1 for 15 and Yak Chant got none for 22. 1 wicket apiece for Mariama Haider and Priyanta Murali got 1 wicket. So only 3 wicket down for Bahrain. It is 104 for 3 with 20 extras in 20 overs rather. So it's going to be a stiff target. We'll have to see. Starting the innings, it was played beautifully and it was the first catch taken. The first wicket went early. After that, it was all the captain herself, Rasanjika, played some superb cricket all through, playing beautifully over mid-wicket boundary.
It was all about Taranga and Rasangika. 2 partners in crime. They've played and stitched a lot of partnerships. They played a lot of cricket together. They were the prime reason in 2022 that a record was broken at the same very venue. She was being innovative. She was being calculative. On her birthday, she was being a factor to effect. And she was well supported by Taranga Gajnaike. Although majority of the damage was happening from the bat of Rasangi Gaharat, she was choosing the areas, and that's where this happened. A moment of brilliance, one of the better catches that I've seen, and that came from Khadija. And once that happened, the Bahraini side just lost the track. Priyada Murli found a way to get Taranga Gajnaike also back. Towards the end, yes, a little bit of lapse in concentration from Kuwait made sure that a few lucky runs were awarded to Bahrain. And at the end, it just didn't matter, because Bahrain have put runs on board and Kuwait will have to chase them. Whether they can, whether they cannot, it's on the other side of the chase. We're about to get on the way for the innings number 2. Bahrain versus Kuwait. Let's not forget that Bahrain has put runs on board. As usual, Pavitra will have the ball in hand. Pavitra Shetty. And the player to watch out for, Zifa Jalani, is on strike. And she's been partnered by Amna Sharif. Priya Murli, the regular opener, is injured and probably receiving some treatment. Played very watchfully. It's going to be an interesting chase under lights.
A very good evening, Pranav, and of course this is going to be an interesting chase because it's game on for Kuwait. Somehow or the other, Bahrain have gotten a total that is in excess of 100, so it's always going to be a very, very interesting chase where you would have to plan and pace out your innings. Decent effort towards the leg side boundary. Zifa Jilani is a powerful striker of the ball. They'll have to be wary of her, the Bahrain bowling lineup.
Yeah, and she opens her account with a couple of runs on the leg side. Will calm the nerves down. But the kind of innings that she played yesterday was extraordinary. In the air, over covers. Don't know why, don't know how, but the ball certainly flies from her bat.
We'd like a close-up of that bat then. Being bat connoisseurs, we should always eye other people's bats. I'm already eyeing the one that Amna Sharif is carrying. But Zifa Jilani, boy, she certainly packs a punch. That sounds so sweet when she strikes the ball from the middle. Just like that. Such a loud noise it makes. This one was struck powerfully. Had it not been the fielding prowess and the nimbleness of the fielder at short cover, it would have certainly been just a rocket towards the boundary ropes. Hit so hard on the hands of that fielder that now they have decided to swap positions, probably giving her a little bit of a rest.
And what a way to get off the mark. What a way to get into action. It's the first over of the innings. And Jifa Jalani, everything is coming from the meat of a bat. Almost as if she was probably practicing for maybe 2 or 3 hours in the nets.
Well, some openers are naturally gifted. They know the art of get going from ball number 1. Zifa Jilani seems to be one of them. Amna Sharif facing the first delivery. Full delivery, slight hint of swing away from the right-hander. Plays that out watchfully.
It's that kind of a chase where you are just around the 6-run mark. If you go into your shell, the required run rate all of a sudden boosts up. And if you go all out attacking and you lose wickets, you're in trouble. Brilliant swing, late movement, and both these batters are really quick between wickets, so they will scamper around for a single. End of over number 1, they've got 6 runs of it without losing a wicket.
An impressive bowler, Rachel D'Souza, and she's going to be out there bowling to Amna Sharif. Now this is going to be a blessing in disguise, I believe. You know, the regular opener, Priyada Murli. I have a strong feeling that she's dislocated her shoulder, so probably being looked at as we speak. But now, this chase, this sort of a total 103 needed now of 19 overs. You certainly need some exuberance, and you also need a level-headed personality out there in the center, directing each and every move and dropping anchor. Amna Sharif is that calm, composed and responsible operator. On the other hand, Zifa Janani is a very, very flamboyant striker of the ball. She'll not think twice before throwing a bat and getting a few runs for herself. A natural attacker.
If you ask me, if Zifa Jalani can hang around till the 10th over, I think this game is just done and dusted. That's the kind of player Zifa Jalani is. So they want the back of Zifa Jalani. But at the same time, if they can pick up 1 or 2 wickets of the other end, and in the process if they can get Zifa Jalani as well, I think that's the ideal kind of start that Bahrain will be looking for. Struck straight down the ground, a little bit of a misfield allows them to get few more runs. This is good running between the wickets.
Athletic, both of them, and that's been the plus point, and that's been the key story for Kuwait this time around in the 2025 edition. Kuwait has been absolutely athletic. They've been keeping themselves fit, allowing themselves another chance and another go at the GCC Women's T20I Championship. Been dormant for a couple of years, and now in the 2025 edition, everyone, each and every team seems to be so fit and so on point in terms of the skills. Everyone has leveled up. Every single team and player has upgraded themselves.
You're spot on there. The last time this GCC Championship happened, Bahrain just thrashed Saudi Arabia out of the equation. Yesterday, the Saudi Arabia we saw was an upgraded version. They worked hard behind the scenes for the last 2-3 years, and they've grown in stature. But the problem is that while they were upgrading themselves, Bahrain, Kuwait, Oman, they've climbed the ladder as well.
Of course, and it's multifold. As I mentioned earlier, each and every team has upskilled and upgraded themselves. Most of them have got better players. Most of them have got players who have served them for so long, and they bring in that extra bit of experience with them, consolidated their game, settled in and become an integral part of the team chemistry. All of this matters a great deal, and of course we've seen this in Oman as well. Looks to cut. I think this one's through the gate of the fielder. Luckily they have an extra protection of a fielder, an additional fielder out there in the deep.
Don't forget, we are going to be making the team of the tournament. So keep an eye on players. Jayadanya is going to be knocking at that door. The Omani opener, Zifa Jalani, has already made a case for herself.
Oh yes, absolutely.
And then you talk about Rasangika Harat. Irrespective of whoever does what, I think the number 3 spot has been sealed by her.
I wouldn't be opening my cards, Pranav. We'll speak on game number 18 regarding this. All teams get 5 games and 5 chances to showcase their talents. And then on game number 18, we will discuss this. Let's have a word or two with the production so that we can have a special show for ourselves, a mid-innings show where we can discuss the team of the tournament. End of the second over and a single to end it with. 2 overs gone. Kuwait at the moment steady and sturdy, 13 for no loss.
Believe it is going to be Pavitra Shetty who is going to be continuing. She does get a little bit of late movement. What do you make of it? I mean, team of the tournament, I think it's a big privilege for a lot of players to just be a part of it. 6 quality sides competing in this competition, and then every side has probably 14 or 15 players.
Plays it out towards the offside for a single. And it's not only about participating in a tournament. Of course, a lot of these players have played umpteen number of times in tournaments like these. The GCC area that we operate in has a lot of these tournaments. But what's special about this time is that this is being broadcasted live. And then, of course, it's not the first time it's broadcasted live, but in such grand manner, in such scale. Wonderful coverages. We've got DRSs, we've got some new technologies, wonderful stands everywhere.
And then they have us, you and me.
I'm not sure if the production team has heard that. We might get memos tomorrow. But jokes apart, of course, it's just a bigger, better tournament. Whenever you come to the second edition or the next edition of any sort of contest, a competition, you always want to see something bigger, you want to see something better, stiffer competition. We saw UAE just rout Oman, but then Oman in their own right are quite a handy side. They're a top quality side, and today they just managed to negotiate to a victory in the most convincing of manners.
Let's put you under the fisk. Which are the 2 teams that are going to be qualifying for the finale? It's just day 2, so just 2 names.
Well, very difficult to say because most of the teams have managed to play a couple of games. Kuwait and Bahrain still in the hunt of getting their second wins. From the looks of it, of course, UAE seems to be in pole position for me. Oman, Kuwait, Bahrain seem to be the others. I've literally taken the names of all the teams in contention. But a soft spot and an outside chance for Qatar as well. I just feel they had a bad day at office with Kuwait. They're a far more productive side than what happened last morning.
You're just being diplomatic. I really feel at the moment, from the visuals, from the performances of the first 2 days, I think that game between Oman and Kuwait is going to be mighty interesting. That is going to be a big deciding factor. Yes, other games have a huge... Oh, this is going to be interesting. Not out, says the umpire. They'll scamper around for a leg bye, or is it an inside edge? The decisions don't come in till they decide for the DRS. They're going to be going for the DRS. I think this is going to be very, very interesting. I think it's a goner.
And this is one of the main reasons why we have technologies like this. This levels the playing field for the teams and also gives an opportunity to the umpires to review their skills. And as I did mention, the moment you come to the next edition of any sort of competition, any tournament, you always want to see things that are bigger, better and more accurate. And as of now, you have already noticed what's happening on your screen, and this is bigger, better and more accurate decision making from the umpires. We'll still allow the DRS to take its own course, but this is a good decision by the on-field umpire.
I think it's going to stay as not out. So all that celebrations from Bahrain is going to be cut short because it's umpire's call, and what that means is that the umpire is going to be staying with the decision. Probably the very first time that these women's are playing with the DRS. I'm also being a part of a DRS system for the very first time. And hence there is a lot of complications and confusions that needs to be clarified too.
Most certainly, and the umpires call a very crucial and critical element which gives weightage to what the umpires do. Oh, this one's a spilled chance. Bahrain, what have you done? It was a shot from the bat of Zifa Jilani, and if you've managed to spill this chance over, she's going to make you pay.
And that's going to be a very expensive prize. She was rushed into the shot, didn't get any good part of the bat onto it. Probably one of the easiest catches that you would get of Zifa Jalani, and it's been spilled. What that means is 3 overs done, 20 without losing a wicket, Kuwait. Gets a lucky escape, Zifa Jalani. Beautifully driven. Yes, protection in the deep. But class written all over that shot, right along the carpet.
I guess you and me are probably going to sneak into that dressing room when no one's there and steal her bat. That one was creamed through the covers. That sounded so sweet. That ball just flew off the bat. Zifa Jilani is some serious talent that Kuwait has.
If somehow Zifa Jalani manages to get the player of the match, make sure that you ask her for that bat at the presentation.
And probably an autograph as well, because you never know.
I know she's just a player in the making. She's going to make a name for herself. With the development and growth of women's cricket, I assure you that she's going to be playing a lot of cricket around the world. Zifa Jalani. Wonderfully driven between those two fielders at covers. And they're very quick between the wicket. That means they'll scamper for a couple of runs.
Dead bats it. It's going to be a dot ball. Amna Sharif now just looking to hang in there because Zifa Jalani has looked to score quickly. She's gotten back in the groove. Started off with the first 5 or 6 balls looking a little unconvincing and also managed to hold one out to the fielder at mid-off. The chance was spilt, however, so got a second life, but now she's certainly back in the groove.
What they are doing at the moment is looking to rotate strike and just hang in there. They're keeping Kuwait in the contention. Cut and cut well. This ball is travelling from the bat of Zifa Jalani. We are in that moment of awe of her bat. But then talk about the timing coming out from the middle of the bat. Incredible striking from Zifa Jalani.
Absolutely the kind of innings that Kuwait requires. They need to calm their nerves, especially during this power play phase. Have a look at that. Rocked onto the back foot, made room for herself and cut it to perfection. The timing was written all over that shot. She's in sublime touch at the moment, Zifa Jalani. Now finding a boundary for herself. This one's punched down the ground, looking to take on the arm of Rasangika Amerat. What's going to happen is overthrows, extra runs, as many as 5 if I'm not mistaken.
No, it's going to be 4s because they weren't running for the run when the overthrows happened. So Rachel D'Souza is going to be paying the price of 4 runs on a ball in which she didn't do anything wrong. 4 overs done, 33 without losing a wicket, Kuwait. Gajnaike comes into the attack. The makeshift opener Amna Sharif is doing a decent job. But the only problem is that because of the absence of Priyada Murli, the regular partner of Zifa Jalani, there is a lot of mix-up between these two. And at the moment, I think it is Amna Sharif who is flat on the ground.
Well, they are still a very, very fit side. Just have a look at that. She just rolled over and immediately back on her feet. This Kuwait side is an inspirational one. They've got such perfect balance between experience and youth, and also those fitness levels sky high.
Fence this one. If we get a replay, really want to showcase how quickly Amna Sharif puts in that dive. Swept on the leg side. Nobody in the deep means 4 runs. Thank you very much, says Zifa Jalani. You drop Zifa Jalani, you're going to be paying a prize, and that's going to be in the prize of a game.
In the whole mix of things, we've just forgotten this is still the power play phase. Zifa Jalani thankfully reminds us of that, because there haven't been much boundaries. Now, with that precise placement, just exposes a massive, massive gap towards the leg side, unlocking potential in that square leg area. It's going to be a boundary for Zifa Jalani.
Watch out for the mid-wicket and long on. Dancing down the track, you don't have to wait for too long. This is going to be a mighty maximum. Straight towards cow corner. She reads the field to perfection. You don't have to ask her for runs. She'll present them to you in the way you have wanted it.
Oh, absolute powerhouse here, Zifa Jalani. You'll have to remember this name all throughout the tournament, because she is such a talent. What a blitzkrieg of an innings she's played already. Last morning, tonight no different. Shot, dealt with severely once again. It's 2 in a row. This one could be a boundary signaled by the umpire. There's a 6 and a 4 now.
There was a time when Gajanaike used to do something similar, but at the moment Zifa Jalani is giving a medicine that Gajanaike would have offered a lot of people. What incredible striking. Started with a sweep. It was followed by a slog sweep towards cow corner, and now off the back foot, just giving it the elevation over mid-wicket. Incredible striking. Change in field. Sweeper probably is going to be coming inside the circle, and they're going to be having almost a cow corner. A wide long on, probably a cow corner.
This isn't going to stop her, because she's going to go towards square of the wicket. And yeah, there is a fielder out there for protection. Look at that running between the wickets. This is absolute athletic stuff and absolute class from both the operators for Kuwait out there in the middle. Amna Sharif as well as Zifa Jalani in particular, going for runs and then backing themselves up with some decent running between the wickets. Brings up the 50 on board just in time. After over number 5, Kuwait are rushing through this.
"17 runs from that over. As Sadamala Bakshala comes into the attack for the final over of the power play. Kuwait have got to that milestone, 50 without losing a wicket at the end of 5 overs. Bahrain have to find a way to pick up a wicket here. Slog swept in the gap, all along the carpet. Amna Sharif chooses to join the party with Zifa Jalani. Accumulates 4 runs.
Oh, look at the way Amna Sharif just timed that to perfection. She literally just brushed it off her feet with surgical precision, and just can't get better than this. We are seeing the best of 2 worlds. Amna Sharif playing proper cricket, proper experienced shots, and Zifa Jalani playing the Gen Z kind of shots, fearless cricket. This is an absolute treat. Looking to rotate strike, courtesy and error through Sanabat.
The game completely in control of Kuwait at the moment. These two, in the absence of Priyada Murli, one of the better batters of Kuwait. But someone's loss is someone's gain, and at the moment it is Amna Sharif, the captain's gain. Standing tall and enjoying Zifa Jalani from the best seat in the house. That is the non-striker's end.
These are useful runs, especially in the power play, because you would want to capitalize on the situation, that extra bit of fielder inside the circle. Look at that required run rate, making it absolutely comfortable. Oh my word, this one's in the air. A fielder interested. No, there is no fielder there. This is carnage by Kuwait and Zifa Jalani in particular.
Almost feels as if Zifa Jalani is not happy with the shot. Wanted a maximum. It's fallen just short of the ropes by the merest of margins. But what incredible intent and what incredible striking. Completely fearless, dancing down the track. From the back foot on this occasion, not able to get a single. I think she fancies herself against Sadamala Bakshala.
Absolutely. And it's not only that, it's the last over of the power play. So probably want to reach that 60 run mark as soon as possible so that they are in complete control. They just want to tighten each and every possible end in this run chase. Is it going to beat the fielder? No, it's not. Only going to be a single. Still one more delivery left in this over. And Kuwait have already added 10 runs to this. 60 up on the board.
Amna Sharif would want to finish off the power play with a boundary. It's already been in favour of Kuwait. The required run rate below 3.5. That means that Kuwait is in complete control of the game. Just 49 runs required. They've done majority of the damage. Kuwait is an exceptional side. You have to give it to that fact. One of the favourites of this tournament after UAE. Big contenders in competition to Oman. Looks to cut it, misses it. 6 overs done. End of the power play. 60 without losing a wicket, Kuwait.
Here's a look how things started in that run chase. It was Zifa Jalani and Amna Sharif. We haven't lost a wicket yet, so most of the hitting has been done through the bat of Zifa Jalani, unlocking the leg side more often. This one was a brilliant 4 that got started by Zifa Jalani, but those towering 6s that she hit and then not afraid to take the aerial route. This was one bounce towards the boundary ropes, coming down the ground, and then have a look. Amna Sharif wanted to join the party and join she did, hitting one along the carpet. Zifa Jalani then tonking one downtown. It was one bounce over the ropes, but that shot absolutely breathtaking. And I'm running out of adjectives of the way Kuwait is approaching this run chase. Done and dusted with the power play. Umpire signals that it's going to be Pavitra Shetty with the ball in hand. She's gone for 12 in 2, so being very economical. Starts off with a wide.
Not really sure what Bahrain does here. 14 overs of gameplay left. 48 runs is the number that they have left to be played with. Cut. And they will get a single. If they bring the field in, these two batters go over the top, and if they open the field, they'll keep running between the wickets and close the target down. What do?
At the moment, nothing, because I believe Bahrain has already dropped the match. And Zifa Jalani's catch was dropped at mid-off. Can't get a better chance than that to get in the game. They have a total that's at a very teasing distance. This one's punched down the ground. There is a fielder out there in the deep. And look at that athleticism. Zifa Jilani running for her partner, running towards the danger end, ran the first one hard and came back for the second, answering the captain's call. Amna Sharif gets 2, but this was earned by Zifa Jilani.
Very good running between the wickets. Almost looks as if they are in a hurry to wrap this game up. Almost the right time to look at net run rate as well. Let's this one go. Amna Sharif.
It's been a good game. It's the last game of the night. Tomorrow we have a rest day. And gives us enough time to analyze 2 games as a sample size for the teams to regroup and think about what can they do from here onwards. How do they strategize the remaining 2 games before the next run day. This was absolute misunderstanding, but the call was very clear by Amna Sharif. Zifa Jilani made it back in time.
And now if you look at the points table, Oman have climbed up to the 4th spot with that massive win. Their net run rate has gone to the positive as well, 2.7. Slog sweep. Player in the deep will keep it down to a single. 2 teams that are in trouble. One is Qatar. The other is Saudi. Bahrain is sitting handy at the 2nd position. But their net run rate is going to be falling short because of the carnage that is happening by Kuwait at the moment. And Kuwait, if they win, go to the 2nd spot. They also improve their net run rate.
Well, they've had 2 good matches, and this gives us a very, very interesting second stage of the tournament where we would really want to see what happens when Kuwait take on UAE, what happens when Oman take on Kuwait, what happens when Oman take on the likes of Bahrain and Qatar as well. And that should probably round up and give you a somewhat idea as to who that top 1, 2, 3 might be who are contending for honours. Oh, this one's through the gate. This is unimpressive by that fielder. They'll want to do well.
One game that you have to be looking forward to is UAE versus Saudi. Isha Oza missed out on a world record the last time she faced Saudi Arabia. She's 3 years brighter. She's a better player. Yes, Saudi has improved as well, but that's where it's going to be very interesting. 7 overs done, 69 without losing a wicket.
Sadam Ali Bhakshala with the ball in hand. Zifa Jilani has skied this one, but this lands in between 2 fielders. This is the 2nd time she's provided a chance, and you can see how dejected she is. Joining me in the comm box is a senior statesman, Jamil Zaidi, and you really got to have a look at this wonderful talent called Zifa Jilani.
Yes, we have seen her in the first match. She was outstanding in batting and bowling as well. And I really like her way of coming down the wicket. She's such a powerful player. And moreover, I think she has got the technique to hit the maximums.
I beg to differ. More than technique, I think she has the power to hit the maximums, and also she has the bat to hit the maximums. Me and our co-commentator Pranav Mehta, we are planning to head into that dressing room when no one's there and just probably steal that bat from her, because she's been tonking shots like nobody's business. Absolute delightful talent, Zifa Jilani.
Absolutely. I'm really a fan of her. I asked her, you remember the last match, she was player of the match, I asked her what you eat in the breakfast. So she said, no, I just had a normal breakfast. But definitely, really, she's a lovely batter.
It's a breakfast we'd want, because she certainly packs a punch. What an exciting talent and such an endearing personality. The way she's going about her business out here. And that is one of the prime reasons why we have tournaments like this. At the moment, 4 deliveries by Sadam Ali Bakshala, and things have been a little quiet. Immediately looking to dance down the wicket and trying to power through that leg side. Only going to be a single.
On the other side, Amna is playing a superb role, just giving the second fiddle, giving her all the chance to smash, just getting singles for herself. What a great start for them. 72 without losing a wicket in just 8 overs.
Brushed it downtown. Amna Sharif is playing these carpet shots much too often. And they are very effective as well. 4 runs of this over by Sadam Ali Bakshala. It's against the run of play. 8 overs gone, 73 for no loss Kuwait. Sudeshika Ranawaka, and she has a job to do, and that's to pick up a wicket. But at the moment, she's been dispatched towards that deep mid-wicket boundary. Not before Amna Sharif expertly guides it for a couple of runs in her favour. It's very important for the batters to hunt in pairs. Zifa Jilani is going great guns, but you can't discount the fact that Amna Sharif is also playing an excellent, solid role in her own right.
No doubt about that. Watchful always. And just waiting for the loose ball to come and then hit for the boundary.
Because there's absolutely no urgency and there's no need to press the panic button and to force things your way, especially because Jilani has already scored so many runs. Sharif has managed to get a boundary or two to her name. Their rotating strike, their running between the wickets has been impeccable so far. So there isn't any impetus or a requirement to take the risky routes.
Well, I think both of them, great understanding between them, Amna and Ziva. I've seen from the other rookie that whenever they feel there is a chance of getting agitation, something just stops, say, yes, oh, wait, and they go for the single. Could have been 2, but quite some on the safe side.
Well, here's some information for you, Jamil Saab, and here is a very, very important notice to you that you will have to pay attention to each and every game in this tournament. We are going to be very soon generating and compiling our team of the tournament with different players from who we find are the MVPs in their own rights for the position and try and see who makes the better team. We've done this before.
That's good task. Surely we look it out. Absolutely. That is okay. That is unanimous. The first one.
Well, we've got a lot of openers in contention. Zifa Jilani and will definitely be the top choice. And just as we haven't had enough of praising her, she helps herself to another boundary. This is bread and butter stuff for this powerful right-handed batter. Ends the 9th over, 82 for no loss Kuwait.
Shot onto the back foot. How nicely she has pierced the gap between the long on and mid wicket. 4 more runs to the total. 82 for the wicket. Kuwait chasing 109.
Amna Sharif has not been quietly watching from the other end because she has been contributing with a near run-a-ball effort, scoring runs in multiples on frequent basis. She scored 24. Jilani is on 47, one big hit away from a well-deserved 50. Sadam Ali Bhakshala delivered a very nice over previously, nearly getting the wicket of Amna Sharif here.
We were talking about this 109 runs posted by Bahrain, that it could be a stiff target, but these two has really changed the entire complexion of the game. Looks to be a one-sided affair from here on.
Hits one towards the long on region, only for a single. Well, it's one thing to have a one-sided affair, but it's another thing to just keep going at it again and again. You know, the entire innings has not dropped pace. Zifa Jilani has been going for a shot since ball number 1. She's been dropped once. She saved a run-out opportunity second, but then this hasn't dampened her spirits. On the other end, it's going to be Amna Sharif, who has just stayed so cool, calm and composed. It's a simply outstanding approach to the way cricket has been played by Kuwait.
This is what we're talking about in the first match. There looks to be a complete professional team in all 3 departments. A bit not very much up to the mark in the first 10 overs today. Onto the back foot, cut nicely. But the sweeper cover is there. And they go for quick 2 runs. Brilliant running between the wicket by these two.
Yeah, just have a look at that. She's converting those singles into twos and more than content in contributing. Visibly tired at the moment. She's had a long day, contributing 4 overs with the ball in hand, and then now nearly halfway there in terms of batting. Punches it off the back foot, says no to the single.
Playing captains now come in, Amna. She knows that she's tired, but the only thing is that she has to support her partner, Zifa Jilani, who is looking rock solid at the moment. Just 2 runs short of her second successive 50 in this tournament.
Drills this one towards long on. Rasangika Amerat has stationed herself over there, expecting a tough catch coming in. Another quiet over delivered by Sadam Ali Bhakshala. Only 5 runs of it. At the halfway stage, Kuwait are 87 for the loss of no wickets.
Bakshala will continue to bowl. What a brilliant partnership between these two, Zifa Jilani and captain Amna Sharif. 87 without losing a part. Zifa is more aggressive among that. And it's Ranawaka who is going to bowl the 11th over of the innings. Joining me now, from here on, things looks quite easy for Kuwait to take the batch.
Certainly, completely in control of Kuwait. The required run rate 2.22. That is not a point of consideration. 10 overs, 22 runs required. Amna Sharif, the makeshift opener, 28 of 34. And Zifa Jalani, 48 of 26. Sudiksha Ranawaka continuing from the Oman tail end.
What a brilliant batter Zifa Jilani is. We have seen her playing in the last match. All the cricketing shot, technique, power, placement, everything was there. And today repeated the same class. Down the wicket comes down. But I think she has to wait, get some singles to get 50, and after that go her onslaught.
Looking for a big shot. The keeper misses it. Everyone misses it actually. And Zifa Jalani, 2 short of her 50, gets off strike.
Well, tense moment for her. But the confidence she has got, I'm sure she will get the second successive 50 for her.
Amna Sharif. Mix up. All of a sudden, Zifa Jalani is finding ways to get run out.
That is something, you know, she is really scrambling. Now she has to hold her breath. How calm her captain is. She was calm also, but now really nearing 50, coming a bit.
In the air, catching opportunity taken. Amna Sharif was looking very solid in the middle. A couple of mix-ups. And what that happens is that Amna Sharif has a brain fade movement and she is going to be caught at backward point.
But she has done her role as a captain. Give all the assistance to Zifa Jilani. This was outside the office stump. I think she didn't good hold of it. He just took the bottom bat of the bat and a good catch. So the first success for Bahrain. Amna Sharif back to the dugout. It is 89 for 1.
In comes probably one of the most fierce competitors in this tournament, Mariam Omar.
Really, she's once again showing her intent, the way she came and just look at the ground. Coming down the wicket, just pushed it up for the single. Giving all the chance to Zifa Jilani to get her 50, but not. She had to wait for over number 11 gone, 90 for 1. Kuwait.
Finally, it's time for Rasangika Herat, the birthday girl, to take the ball in her own hand. The leg spinner. Flighted. Pulls a decent line as well. Can she make her birthday even more special? Pick up a wicket here. Full toss. Heaved across the line. Finds the boundary. It's adjudged as a no ball as well. So icing on the cake for Mariam Omar.
Rightly placed it beautifully. And now there's bonus for her. Oh, this above the chest height. Pulled away beautifully over to the square leg boundary. Plus one bonus in the shape of a free hit. 95.
They are in a hurry. They do understand that net run rate has a huge role in this tournament. Dancing down the track, making it into a full toss. This ball is quickly travelling towards the boundary. Back-to-back boundaries for Mariam Omar. She's an athlete and a half, and she's making it count under lights here at the Oman Cricket Academy. She's in a hurry, Mariam Omar.
Coming down the wicket, take full advantage of that free hit. Brilliantly played. Misfield by the fielder at short mid wicket. But finally ball crosses over the cow's corner for 4 more. Moves on to 99.
10 runs required. 2 runs away, Zifa Jalani. She's at the non-striker's end. Full toss. Heaved straight down the ground. Finally, Zifa Jalani has strike.
So 100 run mark for Kuwait, 100 for 1. What absolutely brilliant performance from the opening batters, both Jilani and the captain herself, Asma Sharif.
Needed a wicket. And that is the prize wicket of the player in form, Zifa Jalani. It just can't get better for Rasangika Herat, the captain of Bahrain, on her birthday, is going to be celebrating the wicket of Zifa Jalani.
Well, this is the second time a batter was batting on 48, got out. And this time Zifa Jilani, who really did wonderful job for her team, brought the score just very close to 109, finally gave her wicket. It's not a very good delivery, but she actually mistimed it, and the ball rolled over to the wicket.
Can't take it away from her. She's played brilliantly, probably a little bit of an inside edge as well, crashing into the off stump. Zifa Jalani, I think she's already done the damage. You have to give her the credit. She's played like a true champion. Certainly one of the biggest contenders of the player of the match, Zifa Jalani, 48. And now it's mere formalities, just 9 runs to get.
Once again, it is shot outside the off stump. Once again, take the bottom part of the bat. Lucky not to chop down to the wicket. So the captain of Bahrain got the wicket, prize wicket of Zifa Jilani. Down the leg side, it's a wide. She has a lot of credit to her name. Rasanjika, 100 yesterday, a hat-trick.
I have a serious question, Jamil bhai. Yes, 8 runs to win. But what can Rasangika Herat do here to get the player of the match? She scored 32 or 38 runs in the first innings. She's picked up a wicket here. What more can she do? We'll take a small break. 12 overs done, 101 for the loss of 2. You're going to answer this question after the break. Coming back to our question, what can Rasangika Herat do? She might not get another opportunity because Mariam Omar is in a hurry. But just if is my question.
Well, I don't think so. Your question is valid at this moment of the game, because a batter who is chasing 109 runs scored brilliant 48, coming down the wicket. And what you're talking about is happening now. What a movement. But still, what you are saying, it's not for the day at all.
They lead a major collapse for Rasangika Herat to be the player of the match. Mariam Omar dancing down the track, missing a straight delivery, and put herself into a very awkward position. She's going to be making a long walk back to the dugout. But what that means is that Kuwait lose yet another wicket. Look at those graphics. A complete split from Mariam Omar. 101 for the loss of 3, Kuwait.
They are in a panic at the moment. They are sensing the victory, but of course they have to sense also. Go for the singles. That's the right way to do. And the rest has been done by the skipper, Ranawaka, who bowled that one outside the off stump.
It all comes down to Shanti Balasubramaniam, who's at the non-striker's end, and Sabreen Zaki, who loves the mid-wicket area. She can donk a big ball. Almost feel as if she's going to go after Ranawaka. Looking to heave it on the leg side. This one's edged as a wide. Mere formalities, just 6 more runs.
I think another possible contender could be Asma Sharif. She got some wicket, I think, also, no?
No, Amna Sharif went wicketless. 4 overs, I think 30 odd runs, 32.
No. Then I think it is our choice is Zifa Jilani.
She loves the mid-wicket region. Gets a boundary towards the mid-wicket region. Sabreen Zaki, one of those emphatic strikers of Kuwait. Just a couple of runs required for Kuwait. They have 7.3 overs to do so. So this is going to be yet another convincing win for Kuwait.
All credit to their professionalism. Now they the first match they played, we were talking so much about their professionalism, their fitness and their knowledge of the game. And today also once again showed chasing 109. Of course, it's not a big total, but definitely it is a stiff target, which has been eased out by the Fajilani and the captain Amna Sharif.
I just can't wait for that game, Oman versus Kuwait. It's certainly going to be a nail-biter because Oman will be looking to prepare. Shot and pulled once again. Certainly they're going to be running for the second. No, not really. Shanti Balasubramaniam will have an opportunity to wind the game up.
Well, one more run required. And Kuwait through 2 successive wins in style.
They've been incredible, Kuwait. The way they have displayed their character, their gameplay. The seniors, Priyada Murli, Mariam Omar. Quick single, run out opportunity. The bowler, Ranawaka, has missed the stumps, and what that means is that Kuwait are home. It's a brilliant win for Kuwait. They won with 7 wickets in hand. And 7.1 overs to spare. So it's an incredible win for Kuwait.
Absolutely incredible win. All credit to the openers. Zifa Jilani and the captain Amna Sharif produced an 89 runs partnership with them. And then 2 what you call panicky wickets down after the fall of Amna Sharif. And all credit to the beautiful batting from these two batters. They didn't take any pressure of the 109 had been scored. This is the batting card. Zifa Jilani at 48 of just 29 deliveries. What a brilliant knock from her. And equally good for Amna Sharif. 29 of just 37 deliveries. Mariam Umar caught out Jelly 10 for 7. And it is Bala Subramaniam who got 1. And the winning runs came from Sabrina Zaki, who got 5 of just 2 deliveries. 109 for 3, 16 extras, and Kuwait won the match by 7 wickets.
Talking about the bowling, Sudeshika Ranawaka did pick up a couple of wickets in her 2.5 over spell. And Rasangika Herat on her birthday did get a wicket, but that was never going to be enough because defending just 109 runs, you need to be picking up wickets early. Yes, they got those opportunities, but they couldn't capitalize. And that's where it is Kuwait that have won the game by 7 wickets.
This is the match summary. Bahrain batted first and scored 108 for 3 with some fine batting once again by the captain. I think we are heading for the highlights of the tournament, of this match particularly. Ranga Singh Herat 36 of 29, Gujanaike 24 of 40, Jagadisha 22 of 32, and Murali got 1 for 10, Haider got 1 for 15, and Mariam Omar got 1 for 15. And Kuwait chased the total in 16, 109 for 3, with some Zifa Jilani batting brilliantly of 48 of 29 deliveries, and Amna Sharif 29 of 37, Mariam Omar 10 of 7, Nawaka got 2 for 19, and 1 wicket hit for Herat and Gajaraike. So the match won by Kuwait by 7 wickets.
Certainly an emphatic win. This is how it all panned out. It all started with an incredible show by the openers. Amna Sharif was the makeshift opener, and she was partnered with Zifa Jalani. Both together put on a show which kept the domination of Kuwait in the game, and just did not allow Bahrain to come anywhere into the contentions. Amna Sharif, very strong square of the wicket, was accumulating boundaries every now and then, and most importantly, she was running very hard. Zifa Jalani was striking through the line. The strong lad was scoring boundaries so quickly that Bahrain was in a brain fade moment. That's where Amna Sharif lost her wicket, and that opened the gates. Mariam Umar came in a hurry and immediately make an impact with a couple of boundaries. And that is when Zifa Jalani got a gem of a delivery from Rasanga Herat, and she was dismissed. So was Mariama Umar. She made a mess out of a delivery that just did not have anything. 3 wickets down, Sabrina Zaki decided that enough is enough and struck a boundary. And that's where the game was done and dusted. Shanti concluded the game in style. It's a second win for Kuwait, and I think they're well in control of the situation at the points table. We'll take a short break here in the comm box. On the other side, it's going to be the post-match presentation with Amin Wagle.
To the post-match presentation ceremony. If you were waiting to watch a match, enjoy a quite nice game of cricket, well, you're watching the wrong game, because this turned out to be an absolute thriller. It was Kuwait versus Bahrain, and of course Bahrain won the toss, elected to bat first. They were rocked by some early wickets, but then a very sedate innings by captain Rasangika Amerat, and she scored 36 of 28 balls, and then there was a little bit of a partnership by that middle order, ensured that they reached 108 runs. But in the second innings, it was a blitzkrieg of an innings by a powerhouse of a player, and that was Zifa Jilani. More on that later, but first we are going to invite the Bahraini captain Rasangika Amerat up for a chat. Rasangika, the game not going your way, but then there's certainly cake tonight. So is that a win?
Yeah, our partnership is not there today, and I'm getting early out. That's why, and we have to score in the board in 140. Then that is our game after that.
Okay, so basically your performance was something that is trademark Rasangika style, but then that partnership in that middle, which eventually got Bahrain to more than a decent total, a modest total, something to bowl at. So is that a positive that you'd like to take from this game?
Yes, definitely. We didn't do today partnership in the middle batters, and they're bowling, Kuwait bowling very well, and fielding also they're very good. It's a struggle in the middle, that's why, and I'm not in the middle, then our players also struggle in the middle.
Okay, what about the bowling effort for Bahrain? It did seem that that opening partnership of Kuwait certainly blew the game away.
Yeah, first 6 overs our bowlers, their first 2 overs they did well, but after that we are getting down. That's the most important thing. We didn't get the early wickets, that's why we lost the game.
So what's tonight going to look like? Is it going to be a quiet birthday celebration with the teammates, or is it something that where you're going to be retrospecting about how the game went and planning for the for the road ahead?
Yeah, definitely we won the game. We have a little party for my team, for myself. I'll give it to them. That's unfortunately we lost the game.
All right, wishing you a very, very happy birthday, but commiserations. I hope Bahrain does well in the coming games.
Thank you.
Inviting Captain Cool, fantastic, Amna Sharif up next for a chat. Amna, definitely a fantastic game for Kuwait, but are you happy with the way the team turned up today?
Yeah, absolutely. I think in the past, Bahrain has given us some tough fights, not taking away any credit away from them. But obviously, I think the girls have really shown what character truly means. And I think they've come back together as a strong unit, performed well in every department. And I think we couldn't be happier. Obviously, there's a lot more to improve. So coming back in the next game, we'll just try our best to work on whatever we didn't do well today.
Okay, when you came out to bat and trying to chase that target, did you at any point in time think that this is a stiff target and a certain kind of approach is needed, or was it just have the best seat in the house and watch Zifa Jilani go all bonkers?
Yeah, I think I was absolutely having the best seat in the house, but no, I think we're very confident on our batting side. The girls have put in plenty of hard work to do whatever they're doing right now in the Gulf Cup, so I think there was no hesitance on getting that target done.
Rest day tomorrow, but some big games and decisive games coming up next. How is the team prepared, and what is the road ahead?
I think plenty of rest and recovery, just keep the mind space in a very good area, and just, try and come back stronger for getting these 2 wins, not really focusing on what we did already. I think just playing it as a new day, new game, and just doing basics right. I think that'll be our plan for the next few days.
And last one, any news about Priyada Murli?
Very unfortunate. She's going to be out for the next 4 weeks, but I think she's going to be there for us to support us, obviously. And obviously, we're going to do that back to her. But we'll come together as a unit stronger. And I think these things happen. It's a part and parcel of cricket and sports. I think she's going to come back very strong, inshallah, and all of us together as a unit as well.
All right, do well. Congratulations once again. Right then, joining me in the presentation party is going to be match official Nishit Poonja. But before that, I'd like to read out these figures. It's 48 runs in 29 balls, studded with 6 boundaries and 1 big maximum. It's going to be Zifa Jilani who's going to join us as the player of the match. I know there's a rest day tomorrow, but you seem to be in a hurry, didn't you?
Yeah, obviously the target was achievable, and with the batting that we have, I think that supported a lot actually. It was just a low wicket to bat on, but then I really enjoyed my batting today.
You enjoyed your batting, but then you certainly enjoyed bowling as well, because you've had these handy contributions to the team whenever they needed the most. Tell us something about what gels you guys as a unit, because let's make this all about Kuwait cricket and how they're stepping up on the big stage.
I think we have a team with different personalities coming from different countries actually. So it's just that we are very happy to be together. It's just that we just gel very nicely together. And back in Kuwait, we obviously have fun, and that's very important when you're playing cricket. So that's the key aspect. So I think that's what makes us a special team.
Making it a habit of picking a player of the matches. Last time my co-commentator, he probably asked you what do you have for breakfast, and I'm pretty sure he hasn't had a convincing answer yet.
I still do not have a convincing answer though, but I think it's all about enjoyment. As long as you don't take stress and just enjoy your batting, enjoying just playing to your strengths, I think that's what it's more important.
Well, here's to more such Player of the Matches awards. All the very best. That was Zifa Jilani, who played an excellent innings, and that's pretty much all we have from the post-match presentation ceremony. Do stay tuned, we've got an exciting lineup of matches in this tournament. Until then, good night and take care.